Good afternoon there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the LG Ultragear TEC Gauntlet Season 2 powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen Radeon. I'm your guest, Assassin Force, and on the desk with me is Crips. And today, we're going to be the ones who are going to narrate the entire story of the 1 p.m. game. So let's quickly head on over towards today's matchups and see what we have got in store for the day. And Crips, how are you feeling about today's matchups? Because you know what? The first match of the day is pretty exciting, as it's going to be OUTSET Esports going up against the side of Team EXO.
Yeah, we've got some pretty exciting games today. We've got Team EXO and Team 69, both of them playing two different games, but both of them are up against teams who have been new in the TEC Gauntlet. Outset Esports, they're a relatively new name to enter this tournament. There are a few players who are well known to some extent, but most of them they haven't participated in this tournament before, so it's gonna be a new journey for them. And this is gonna be my first game casting Outset Esports. Of course,
Same.
I've never seen Sus Squad play it before as well. So two new games, and I'm feeling pretty excited about this one because these teams, because they are entering the gauntlet for the first time, they have something to prove. They are the newbies over here. No, I wouldn't call them newbies, but they are new to the tournament. So
Hmm.
they have yet to prove their mettle. Whereas T69 and EXO, these guys have proven their mettle time and time over. And it's just no surprise. We already know what to expect from those two teams. But then the first two squads, yes. I don't know what to expect from them, honestly. And that's part of the reason why I'm so excited.
True that. The second match of the day, right, the 8 p.m. game, just wanted to give you a little bit of information, Crips. You have definitely casted them. They are ex Tempest, now known as
Oh,
Sus Squad.
okay.
Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense
So,
now.
yep. So Sus Squad are going to be taking on the likes of Team T69. But the first match is definitely, as you said, my first time as well casting outside esports because the thing is that this team, they've actually made quite a scene in the qualifiers and seen as in they definitely exploded themselves and they went ahead and took on all the titans in the qualifiers to make their way in towards the group stages. So definitely looking forward to seeing what this team can do. Let's quickly head on over towards the MVP standings, by the way, and see what is going on over there. Because we know for a fact this is the second week right now. And for the first week, we had some pretty interesting plays being made by all four of these players to make their way in towards the MVP standings. We got MW1 at the first spot, Havan at the second, Bondef at the third, and Paradox at the fourth spot. Interesting to see Reckoning Esports, their debut into the gauntlet, and they have already got their player Bondef into the MVP standings. Can't really wait to see what more they can do in the entire roster as well. But Crips, what are your thoughts on the MVP standings?
Since the new season has just started, I did not expect to see triple digit numbers on the MVP standings just yet. Of course, from the previous seasons, by the end of the season, we had like some 400 something kills on almost all the players. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, this is just the start of the tournament. We won't be expecting any triple digit numbers. And then there's MW1,
Yep.
107 kills. And I'm just like, how? How? It's been like 2 weeks since it started. How do you
Yes.
already have 100 kills?
Yeah, I
That's
mean
just
he
ridiculous.
hasn't even played a lot of games as well, right? I mean Velocity Gaming, we haven't even seen a lot of games coming out from there except for the two last week. So yeah, I mean 107 kills already. The guy is just cracked. He's built different, that's for sure. But moving on in towards the second week now. This is day 6 of the Gauntlet Season 2. And we know for a fact that teams are going to keep on evolving and adapting themselves. And I feel like that Team EXO, they definitely have got a lot to showcase into Gauntlet Season 2. Their entire run throughout Gauntlet Season 1 wasn't that great, where they did make their way to the playoffs, but then lower brackets and then unfortunate scenes. But now, in towards Gauntlet Season 2, they have a lot to prove, a lot to tell the entire audience and the entire community as well. So let's hope that they are going to be able to put up the best of their performance. The group standings are ready, so why don't we quickly go ahead and check out the group standings for the week? And after week one, we do have, you know, teams like Global Esports, Force One, Exo, Valor, Cohesion, Outside, FS Esports, and Ogless placing themselves in the exact same lineup, respectively. In Global Esports, with that first spot, 2 wins, 0 losses, they have solidified their hold on the first spot. Force One Esports had 1 loss and a win. Total of 3 points. They've secured themselves the second spot. Team Exo have played only one game last week, so yes, they are going to be at the third spot. This is their second game. Team Valor also have played one game and they won it out. Was definitely a close one, by the way, that match. But yeah, I definitely thought that Valor are gonna sort of emerge victorious. Cohesion and Outset, they both have lost one of their games, and that's kind of unfortunate because we are expecting big things out of both of these teams. Team Cohesion, they also have have an entire name change. Outside Esports, they have their debut into the Gauntlet, so we're expecting some explosive stuff coming out from them. But it's okay. It's just week one. They are slowly getting there. FS Esports is Fangs, by the way. Crips, if you missed on that. FS Esports,
I
yep,
did, yeah.
they are ex Fangs, and we have got Fire as well into the Gauntlet. So overall group standings. Your thoughts, Crips?
I feel like Ultragear Esports really need to prove themselves today. If they lose against Team XO, I don't think they should take this loss to heart because XO have been around for longer. But then, come on, a 2-0 lead. I'm sorry, that's the opposite of what I was wanting to say. A 2-0 lead for Team EXO will be great, but then a 0-2 start for OUTSET Esports, yeah, you don't want to find yourself in the red over here. You're kind of happy now that you're in the middle order over here somehow, but after this loss, if they do suffer a loss, they will be finding themselves at the bottom of the table, and climbing your way back up from that is very, very difficult, to say the least.
True. Yeah, definitely it's going to be difficult, because right at the bat, you want to have that momentum as well moving into the entire group stages. You want to put up the big numbers so that it's easy for you as a team to move in towards the playoffs. And I feel like that outside esports, they have got some interesting players that can make things happen as well for the team. Well, definitely talking about the side of outside esports now. Why don't we quickly go ahead and check out their entire roster? So let's quickly jump straight in towards the team spotlight for the side of Team Outside Esports, ladies and gentlemen, and the five amazing players from their team. Alex T, that is Harsh, Anxiety, Infinity, Cyrex, and Forkin. Well, you guys definitely know Harsh, right? He was an ex-Samurai Esports, now known as Team Exo player. So this definitely is going to be an interesting match because Harsh, he might have a lot to say to the side of Team Exo and to show his potential as well. So there's a little bit of a, masala brewing over there as well. So really excited to see what they can do. And Crips, your thoughts on the roster coming out from the side of Outside Esports?
Right. I do have something going on in my mind right now. Harsh used to be a part of the other team, sure, but then it's been a while since he left it, right? And
True.
I just kind of want to see how much have Team EXO evolved since that time. Because he might have had a different idea about Team EXO. The team that he knew might have existed in the past, but now they may be a completely different team that has reinvented themselves. If he still remembers a little bit something about their strategies, then I will expect some counter strats from outside esports. But if that's not the case, then I guess the reads will be wrong. I guess they will still have no idea what EXO plays like, and it will be like facing a fresh opponent. Whatever history you have probably won't matter if EXO esports have already reinvented themselves.
I mean, Team Exo, they definitely have been having their off days and things are not sort of going their way as well. But it's completely fine because we know for a fact the players from the side of Team Exo, they are a roster. They've got so much experience as well, right? They have been playing professional FPS titles from quite some time now, and they know how to handle all of these off days and then just convert them into victories. So we are hoping to see them bring out some change into their entire strategy moving into this match because Harsh might have an idea. Like he might go ahead and call it out that hey, Sai has this tendency to peek in there. Excali has a tendency to push in from there. So, sort of, the usual stuff coming out from these players. So, let's hope that Team Exo, they are going to be a little bit versatile with their entire setup. And let's hope that Team Outside Esports are going to be able to put up their first win today, whether or not it be against Team Exo. So let's move on over towards the player spotlight coming out from the side of team OUTSET Esports. And I want to see who exactly is going to be the player standing out from their side. And it looks like that it is going to be LXT, aka Hush, from the side of team OUTSET Esports. And look at that. The guy has got thumbs up and a good smile saying that, hey guys, I got it. I got into the player spotlight and I've got some interesting stats to tell you guys as well.
It's even more interesting that this guy used to stand in for global esports at one point. You know, that one phase where Eskerosi was not playing for the team anymore and he was on a little break of sorts. Yeah, they got in him to stand in for him. So yeah, that's a big shoes to fill right there. Eskerosi also is obviously one of the star fraggers of the tournament in not just global esports, but if they take Harsh in his stead, then I do believe that this man definitely has something to prove over here.
Yeah, Alex T. Well, he has fulfilled a lot of roles for the team, right? And now that he is a duelist for the side of OUTSET Esports, I really want to see what more he can do. Even in the times of Samurai Esports, he used to switch around between roles, sometimes initiator, sometimes duelist. Uh, I've even seen him play a sentinel in some other team. So yeah, Harsh, he's definitely a very versatile player, and he knows how to, make his way out of certain situations and just pave his way to victory. So let's hope that LXT today is going to be able to put up the best of the performances and lead the side of OUTSET Esports to victory. With that, I really want to talk a little bit more about the side of Team EXO now. And we're going to be jumping straight into their team spotlight. We're going to be seeing how exactly the roster coming out from the side of Team EXO is. And I wanted to ask you this, Cribs. We know for a fact that Team EXO have been having a rough week or maybe a rough month the last month. And they've fought really hard against all of these teams now that they've got Ghost as well from Enigma Gaming. How do you think their roster can perform? Because I feel like there's too much fragging potential, right? We got Blackhawk, we got Excali, we got Ghost now. Like there's so many explosive players from the side of Team Exo. But still, I know it's a new lineup now, considering Ghost is in and they're gonna need that time to just blend in and completely set themselves with the team. So what do you think about Team Exo?
You're right about one thing. There's definitely a lot of fragging potential in this team. Now, the one thing that we need to look out for is which one of these fraggers is going to be an aggressive one. We know that Ghost and Excali, maybe sometimes even Sai have the tendency to go pick up duelists. But then, ever since Ghost has come into the lineup, Sai has been moving on to different roles, like Killjoy, the role that he used to play before. Sometimes he even experiments with the Sova, which is an agent I never thought I would see him play. Blackhawk is still sticking to his good old controllers, and Wimp, this man is as ever reliable as he was before. But then that's the thing with an aggressive team like EXO who like to play in your faces, sometimes holding back does become necessary. And I know that these guys are really good at pressing W and pressing mouse 1 on their enemies' heads, but how often do you press S? Not really sure about that. So that's one thing I'm excited to look out for. I want to see what the aggression meter on this team looks like today, especially when they have an ex teammate in the opposite team.
So, yep, Team Exo. Looking forward to seeing what they can do today against the side of OUTSET Esports, because we know for a fact that the guys are going to be hot on their heels, and I really want to see what the side of Ghost and Excali, that duo, can do, because we know that it actually used to be, Sai and Excali, who were the deadly duo. I mean, they still are the deadly duo, but at the same time,
Hmm.
we know for a fact that Sai has, resigned himself from that duelist role, and now he goes ahead and plays Sentinel for the side of Team Exo. So I want to see that duo coming out from the side of Ghost and Excali, right? So let's quickly head on over towards the player spotlight from the side of Team Exo now and see who exactly is going to be that player from their side. Who's going to be in the light today, and there's going to be none other than the resident duelist for the side of Team Exo now. Ex Enigma Gaming, Mr. Ghost. 40 kills, 28 deaths, 4 assists, and an ACS of 258. No matter who comes in front of his crosshairs, all he does is clap heads. That is Ghost for you, ladies and gentlemen. Crips, what are your thoughts on Ghost?
Ghost is an extremely cracked person. And you know what the best part is? This guy, he is very calculated as well. Sometimes the plays he makes might seem like they are just based on intuition and a YOLO mentality, but that's not really the case. He knows when to go ahead, when to step back. He also knows how to provide backup to his teammates. So while he is picking up the duelists, he also knows how to trade well in case one of his other teammate gets into trouble.
So from the side of Team EXO, right, we are expecting Ghost to be that player, that explorer player, just like Excali, just open up space. And we know for a fact that back in Enigma Gaming as well, Ghost used to do the exact same thing. Ghost, time and time again, has paved the way for Enigma Gaming into victory, and we certainly know for a fact that the guy has dropped in close to 30, 40 bombs as well, most of the games. So if he can put up the exact same performance here on the side of Team EXO as well, we surely can be assured of the fact that Team EXO, there can be absolutely nothing that can stop them from going into victory. And yeah, Team EXO, we know for a fact that they have experimented with a lot of their players. So we have seen Blackhawk going and playing Phoenix as well on the map of Haven. They experimented a lot with their entire setup. So now that we are at a stage where Team EXO are a complete unit now, they're a whole. They've got all of their players in. Now Blackhawk no longer has to play a duelist. Ghost is already going to be playing Jet. Scally is going to be on the Raze or maybe on the Phoenix, depends on what map they're playing. Well, we can see Blackhawk who can go back to the controller duties. He's going to be playing that Astra, one of the best Astra players in the country, my opinion. And yeah, we're going to be seeing Wimp on the Initiator. Might be playing Sova or Sky, and Sai is going to be playing the Killjoy. So with that, Team EXO, they are looking like a solid unit. Can't wait to see what they're going to do today against the side of OUTSET Esports. But what we're definitely looking forward to see is the map veto. Let's quickly get straight in towards the battlefield for this particular match now. In Crips, we're going to be starting with the map of Ascent, which is Team EXO's home ground. Then we're going to be jumping straight into with Split. Once again, we know for a fact that OUTSET Esports and EXO, they both love to play the map of Split. Then we're going to be jumping in towards Bind, which I feel like is Team OUTSET Esports' home map as well. What do you think about the map veto, and who do you think might go ahead and take it away?
I mean, I'm not surprised that Ascent has been picked up. Both of these teams are comfortable on this map. I think every team is comfortable on this map at this point. So yeah, Ascent being picked up, no problem. Not even a surprise. I expected this. But Split and Bind, I must say, why? I did expect at least one of these teams to go for somewhat deeper maps, like let's say maybe Haven or maybe even Icebox to some extent. Okay, fine. Not everyone has Icebox as their home turf. Not everyone is comfortable with it. But then you do have maps like Breeze, you could pick up those. I mean, if they're not going for the bigger maps, the larger maps with more area, more room for tactical play, and they're settling for Split and Bind, which are somewhat very heavily reliant on mid control, maps like Split, and Bind has infinite potential of fakes and double fakes, triple fakes, and just layers upon layers upon layers. It's the perfect Molotov cocktail. It's the perfect chaotic combination. I think Ascent and Split might still be a little bit sensible, but then Bind, this map is just going to blow the roof of the place open if we go to map number 3. This will be the most unpredictable game we have ever seen so far, at least in this season.
True that. And you know what the best part is? That I'm so happy to see a map like Split being picked as the second option, right? Like Team X are going ahead and picking up the map as Split. Now, the thing is that we usually see Split as the decider. Most of the
Yeah.
teams, they love to go ahead and pick up the map of Haven and then Ascent or even Bind. We have seen teams like Global Esports go ahead and Global Esports and Velocity Gaming going ahead and picking up the map of Breeze as well to start off with. But Split has always been that map that is usually being put to as a decider. Now this time around, though, Team EXO, it looks like that they have made themselves solid on the map of Split. They've got their strats ready, and they have picked up the map of Split as well. So really looking forward to seeing what we can expect out of this match. Starting off with the map of Ascent and Team EXO on the defense, also keeping in mind the fact that Ascent is a defender-sided map. I feel like the Team EXO might have a chance at taking a tremendous lead if they play their cards right. But at the same time, we know OUTSET Esports, they've got some explosive players themselves, and on the attack is where they shine. So it pretty much can be an even ground. But if Team EXO are feeling it, and if they play their cards right, as I did tell you, then maybe Ascent might just be taken away by the hands of Team EXO. And if that happens, then split being picked up by Team EXO, there they have to be a little bit more careful. Outside esports, that is, because I feel like with Team EXO going ahead and confidently picking up the map a split to play as the second option, maybe they have got something there. They have something there ready. Otherwise, they wouldn't go ahead and play the map a split as well. What are your thoughts?
I mean, it's not exactly their comfort ground, is it? I
Hmm.
have seen them play Split, but not as a first choice. I
Yep.
wouldn't expect them to be the ones to pick up Split. Yeah,
Hmm.
if it's left open for the lobby, if it's like there as the decider and nobody picks it, it's there as an unloved, unwanted child, it just stays there. Yeah, somewhat expected. But hey, we'll speak about Split later. For now, let's discuss the agents that these guys will be picking up on Ascent. And for the most part, the agents are similar. And I would have been correct if I said this a few seconds ago, but then Infinity goes up and picks up a Sage. I don't expect EXO Esports to follow up with a Sage of their own. So far, outside Esports have an Astra in the form of Alex T. I mean, we have gotten a little used to seeing Harsh play along with the Jet. So him on the Astra definitely will be interesting. The Jet, in
Yep.
fact, will be picked up by his teammate. So that's pretty cool. They have a Sage, a Killjoy, and a Sova. On the side of EXO Esports, the lineup is more or less expected. You have an Astra in the form of Blackhawk. No surprises. Wimp once again on the Sova. It is Wimp, right? No, it is Sai on the Sova
Actually, Sai. Yeah.
instead. Wimp has picked up the Killjoy instead. All right, so these two players have switched roles. Usually we see Wimp on Sova and Sai
Sova.
on
Yeah.
Killjoy, but now it's like a classic switcheroo. So yeah. Um, Other than that, Excalion goes on Duelists. Yeah, that's no surprise either.
I'm really excited to see what Sai can do on the Sova as well, right? Because we usually don't see him on the Sova.
Exactly.
We have seen Wimp on Killjoy, by the way, but Sai on Sova is something that is gonna be like, yeah, I do watch his streams and I've seen him play Sova before, but yeah, in an official match, I don't expect a player like Sai to go ahead and pick up an initiator. And now that he
Exactly.
has, I'm really looking forward to seeing what he's gonna do because it's exciting for everyone.
Yeah, and we only started seeing him a few weeks ago. Let's see what he's got in store for us. It seems like right off the bat, we have a slow A catwalk push, which will be held back by the Nanostorm grenades for now. Now, the person over here to look out for was Ghost because he was trying to egress towards mid, hopefully pick off some player, and he gets traded out. And while these guys are showing aggression towards the catwalk area, they have one player go down towards B. The remaining players of EXO figured out that the B1 is just a fake. They decided to all fight towards mid and catwalk. They shut down this rush from outside Esports right at the beginning.
Yeah, outside esports' rush has been put to a stop thanks to EXO and their beautiful defense. The mid hold was really good, by the way, and I'm not really sure. Like, yeah, it was a good strategy coming out from the side of outside esports to take mid, but we usually expect teams to like figure out the defense setup on both the sides first, and then later down the line in the third or the fourth round try and take mid, right? But yeah, this time just taking mid and then getting information. Now that they know that yeah, Team EXO have a player always over towards the middle position, not playing from the markets or even towards the defense side of spawn, directly straight up towards mid, towards the pizzas. That's definitely interesting. Hey, Anxiety, you better be careful because there is Ghost right there to tap your face. You need Sally to take care of Forkin as well. So two players down from the side of outside esports, and yeah, outside esports they don't really have a buy this round, right? So we expect them to go down.
Yeah, but when you've got sheriffs like that, it can be interesting. They've already picked off one guy, and then the guy on top mid also takes a bullet to the face. Luckily, the sheriff only does 145 damage at long range. So yeah, they walked away with only one casualty, but that could have been three. Ghost and Blackhawk, both of them are very low on HP. They survived by the skin of their teeth. And that could have been a very expensive eco round for the side of Team EXO. They could have lost all their armor. In fact, two of their players did lose their armor, so yeah, they will have to reinvest. And that's going to keep them a little humble, but they could have lost their Spectres as well. For now, they can continue having somewhat of a bonus round.
Oh man, I absolutely love to see Blackhawk on the Astra. He definitely has changed his name, by the way. It's Exo Gopes now. And we had that running joke as well of him being C9 Gopi, and now it's Exo Gopes.
Gopi.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Let's hope he doesn't turn into Gopi Bahu and just whitewashes everyone.
I mean, that's usually what he does every time, but okay.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe a little bit of soap to save their dignity.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I absolutely love to see him on the Astra. The guy has got complete control over the way how he balances frags and his utility usage as well.
Yeah, so far he hasn't committed too much utility. He's put down the stars, but he hasn't really like popped them out. He's just now starts to put one towards mid, and that probably is to allow Ghost to move in. In fact, Ghost is going to push through his own smoke and only to stop by the alarm bot that has been put down by the defender. So he's going to just take control of mid for a little bit and stop while the rest of his teammates make their way towards B. And while that's happening, Falcon, no, he picks off, goes towards the heaven area, and now he's deep inside enemy lines. Take a look at this. Falcon is all the way towards A heaven, and he might just be able to pick off Sai. If I'm not even sorry, not Sai. It's Wimp. He can pick off Wimp if things go wrong, and he does do that, just as I said he would. Oh, but oh my goodness! While these guys were trying to put down the barrier up, hoping to make their way towards the B side, the players of XO, they push ahead out of their own bounds. They go ahead and do more than what was expected of them. Barely any seconds left on the clock, but Sai still decides to fight, and he wins it.
Yep, Sai saves the day, and he's gonna go ahead and pull off that 1 versus 3 clutch. It was a good one coming out from the side of Sai as well, right? The way he just positioned himself. 2 players were just trying to pounce on towards him, even the Sage, by the way. And yeah, he managed to just dance back and forth behind the green boxes, the refall boxes, and sort of got all 3 of these frags from the 3rd round of the board for the side of Exo. Now that they have built themselves a healthy bank, the side of Exo don't really have to, worry much about. That's done. It's gonna be exciting to go ahead and take care of Anxiety again. Damn, Anxiety. He might a little bit of an anxiety after this game if he doesn't step up now.
Yeah, and it's not just him who's taking the brunt of the beating. Wimp is stepping up every time, picking up 2 kills. Look at EXO, look at how aggressively they're playing. They have absolutely no fear, no remorse. They keep on peeking, even though OUTSET people, they have like 2 of them fighting each other at once. Like, they're getting double peeked, but it still doesn't matter to EXO Esports. They want to go ahead and click on their heads. This is fearless gaming right now.
Right here.
I mean, you can afford to take risks like these whenever OUTSET Esports don't have too much weaponry to work with, but dare you do this in a buy round?
Yeah. And now they have got themselves a buy, right? From the side of team OUTSET Esports. And once again, Anxiety is trying to go in for that peek towards the A-shot position. Is he going to peek? I don't think so. Excali, on the other hand, going to further aggress. And we know for a fact that Excali every single time, he just pushes in hard, and he gets so much information for the side of Team Exo as well. Even on the map of Haven, we know pushes in towards the A long, and then gains that aggressive angle towards the A main position. And now here, got 2 players. Oh wow, Sai, nice little recon to get information on both of these players. And now that he knows about that, he's gonna fall back and he's gonna ask Excali, his deadly duo, to just help him out over here towards mid. Let's just clean up the area, because we know that we've got some presence from the side of OUTSET over towards A mains as well.
Yeah, so now they know exactly what's been happening. And they also know that these players might just rotate towards speed just as a little bit of a fake while the remaining players continue to be on A. But as soon as I say that, Falcon has picked off Ghost. Lockdown committed. They should clear out the players of EXO Esports from this site. But in fact, it might just be the opposite of this thing. Excali could have probably gone forward and picked up this fight, but then he will be forced back by the turret. And that buys enough time for the remaining players of OUTSET Esports to move into this area. Unfortunately, they are yet to move into the side, and Sai is still able to pick off people randomly through the nebulas. Falcon definitely will be very mad at that. At least the barrier orb will delay the retake a little bit, but the retake has already begun, and the spike had not even been planted just yet. It just is so fast from the side of EXO Esports. They pick up the pace, and they're picking up all the kills as well. It's just Cyrex left, and there's so many people shooting him at once.
Man, Sai absolutely went ahead and he just got that frag to the smoke as well, right? The entirety of Team EXO, they already started the retake. And just as you mentioned it, right? The side of Team OUTSET Esports, they were like, wait, how the hell did they come in over towards the first lanes? Wait, we just planted the spike. Guys, what's going on?
Exactly.
It's like the entirety of OUTSET Esports have got no idea what's happening.
And EXO were in just cruise control of that round. The early aggression to its B from Excali's run it back, followed by the recon dot that revealed both of them. OUTSET Esports were read like an open book, and EXO forced the pages open. And the retake begun before the spike was even planted. Like, these guys are already in lanes, and the moment the spike went down, there's people already engaging you. You have no time to take post-plant positions. There's nothing that OUTSET Esports could have done in that round.
And now Forkin, he's holding that angle. He knows for a fact that Excali has a tendency just pushing over towards the B mains. They gain a lot of intel, and in the process of doing so, he's going to lose his life. And Sai, he comes in and gets the revenge. He's like, how dare you take down my brother Excali? Because I'm going to go ahead and take you down as well. Minute and 5 seconds, and I feel like in a 3 versus 4 situation, things are going to be a little bit difficult for the side of Team OUTSET Esports. Unless and until LXT, that is Harsh, has got something to show us. Harsh, we know for a fact that is known as a little bit of a clutch minister himself. Let's see if he can go ahead and get some frags and maybe convert this out.
He can indeed, but it seems like the moment I said that, he's been put down by Wimp. At least Anxiety is able to get the trade back, so it's still a 2v3. The Gondot, it doesn't, it does reveal people, but it also reveals that the jet was over there and they will be taken off immediately. Black poor guy was all by himself. But Side Dreams won't let anyone plant just yet. Trying to predict where the plant is happening by using his Hunter's Fury, but now in a 1v2, he's gonna have to win this purely on the basis of his aim. He cannot let Cyrex escape because he's got the Hunter's Fury himself. Unfortunately, Cyrex is still trapped under heaven, which means he won't be able to use the Hunter's Fury to take down anyone who's trying to defuse. Oh, this recon dot, it must be broken immediately. Even though it was revealed that there's one player underneath, Anxiety reveals, and now Sai knows the position of both of these players. They will have to play on the back of each other. If Sai can drop down towards either generator or green box, he can isolate these 1v1s, and there it is! Cyrex was prepared for that. The pre-fire comes through the moment his feet land on the ground.
Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate, but nice try though. And I told you, right? There's a little bit of a chance that OUTSET Esports are going to go ahead and turn things around, and they did. It was a good round coming out from the side of OUTSET Esports. And Cyrex and Anxiety, good crossfire setup as well. Like, despite several attempts of Sai just trying to fake out the drop sound, they did not fall for it. And Cyrex he just held the angle. He knew that Sai is about to jump down. He knew that Sai is about to lose his patience. As soon as he does, he's going to go ahead and take down Sai as well. So the first round comes on the board for the side of OUTSET, and yep, we are going to be seeing round number 7 coming out now. Both these teams still have a full buy. I was kind of expecting an operator to come out from the side of EXO, but they really don't have the money to go in for that. Like, I would have loved to see Ghost on the operator to just, you know, keep things a little bit too even for both these teams. Because Forkin has an operator, by the way, this round.
And
isn't it interesting, Crips? Yeah, isn't it interesting to see a Killjoy with the operator? Like, it's not like Killjoys can't operate, but hey, it's just, we expect them to, you know, take a step back from the team, look out for the flanks, and, you know, just stay alive instead of going ahead and taking the first initial fight.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you will see that Forkin, even though he's got the operator, he's holding a very safe angle all the way on just B-Link area. He's not even the guy who's initiating first. Anxiety, even with his Vandal, is still going ahead. And all of them seem to be towards B-Link. And they're not even willing to venture out. I think this is some sort of a double fake strat because these guys, they have just put down the Cosmic Divide, and it doesn't really matter because they will spot out Ghost fling ahead of it. And with this, at least they can take control of mid. And they're going all the way towards Market. It seems like EXO have read this like a book because they are trying to close the door. And before it's even closed, Ghost and Excali, they line up the kill feed. Finally picking up one more, and Infinity brings one of his teammates back. But Ghost goes even more aggressively into the Nebulas and bursts him down with the classic. Anxiety has to retrieve everything, and he can't do anything, unfortunately, as cops will pick him off mid-air. My goodness, that round was shut down before it could even begin. I knew that these guys were waiting towards B-Link because they kind of wanted the players of EXO to play aggressively towards the either sides of the map. Like, let's say, for example, they wanted EXO to push out towards B main, like Exali had been doing. So they wanted them to push out towards A, and just figured out that if they are able to bait out the positions from EXO Esports, and if they can get them to play aggressively, then they might just be able to pick up those early kills. But EXO didn't initiate to put down the Cosmic Divide to get the mid control, but it was just so clearly telegraphed what they were trying to do.
With that, EXO Esports, especially Ghost, really good round coming out from him. The last one, but it looks like that Excali is just gonna go ahead and punish Infinity for making that hold in that area. Like, no, you peek me, you don't hold that area, and then he's just gonna flash him and take him down. Ghost, on the other hand, has also found himself a kill on towards Harsh. And Sai is looking to get himself a double right here because he spotted on a player, but no, Anxiety deletes him off. Nice shot coming out with the Sheriff, but Wimp.
Spike down mid.
He does get the frag onto attacks, and Anxiety is still alive, by the way, so might be possible he's gonna do a little bit more damage. Maybe he's just gonna get himself another frag right here because one player is peeking in towards Anxiety. That's Ghost, if I'm not wrong, right? Yeah. Oh, there you go. Ghost. He's gonna go ahead. Whoa, Ghost. No. All right. No. Oh.
Spike down mid.
Damn, you love to see it, but you hate when it happens to you, right? Like, classic right click. Not everyone loves it.
Why do I get the feeling that EXO Esports are just trying to ego peak right now? This does seem like a little bit of cockiness coming out from their side, doesn't it?
I don't know, maybe. But at the same time, like, we really can't say for sure. Like, Ghost has this tendency, right? He kind of gets a little bit too confident, I may say.
Okay,
like,
here's what's
even back in the days of Enigma, he used to be the same. So that's just him.
That's just okay. Let's just see what's been working out for these guys so far. Whenever they try to make a play towards mid plus B, it doesn't really work out. The only round that they have won was on the basis of an A short push. But oh my god, Excali was looking to punish Side X while he was in his drone form, but Infinity protects his teammates. What's even more exciting is that Excali had his run in back, but he didn't use it. He just wanted to go and try. And Infinity, he's walking and dry through the Nebula. He picks off Gops as well. Maybe the Spike Planter will be killed with the Shock Dart. Well, if not killed, at least he will be forced to reposition so that he can avoid damage. Diane now looking to tag more people. Ghost with the operator. Picks up. Nah, he doesn't pick up anything, but he will fall back. At least now he knows where one of the players is. The players of EXO. They're struggling a little bit. They're being held back. All this utility being forced down their throats, making them slow down. The barrier orbs, the nebulas, every time they try to venture into the sites, the utility is holding them back. Time's running out, and this revive keeps on seeming more and more impossible as Infinity on the verge of finesse has picked up 4. How on earth did he do that? Both of them just peeked him from different angles, but he flicked onto their heads like a madman.
Yeah, EXO Esports. This round, though, is just gonna be Ghost to save that operator. Carry it forward onto the next round, but let's hope that he's gonna be able to save it, though, because we do have players coming in to hunt him down and take away that operator. But he successfully takes it on towards the next round. But the thing is that, Clips, we have analyzed this, right? You did mention that the only thing working out for the side of team OUTSET Esports is that A-split approach. Either it be from the short position or whether it be from the A-mains position. But the split approach is something that has been working out for them. So they should consistently keep on doing that. And that kind of, puts a big question mark on the side of Team EXO as well as to what exactly is happening towards it. Why aren't they able to hold it out? Oh, Ghost.
They have been fairly successful in holding it out, except for these 2 rounds. I mean, they were able to shut it down in the pistol. And this time, I do believe that they were able to win because of Excali's over-aggression. He didn't use the run it back, and now he uses it. This time towards B, and he's picked off Infinity. More flashes to follow through, and Forkin just blindly spraying with his eyes closed. Will be able to kill Excali's body, but can he deal with Ghost? More regression coming through. The turret will reveal them, but it will only reveal one. He has no idea that there's multiple people coming through, and both Excali and Ghost pushing out of B, forcing the remaining members of OUTSET to go towards the A side, where Wimp is lying in bait. Even though he messes the first spray, that's completely fine because his teammates will follow up. And Gops. My goodness. That's what happens when you peek him through his own nebula.
Yeah. Blackhawk definitely goes ahead and gets the final 2 as well. To put up the 8th round of the board for the side of EXO Esports. And I did mention, right, if EXO play their cards right, then they are going to be walking away with a tremendous lead in the first half. And they've got 8 rounds already, which is like already enough for the first half. I just go ahead and grab 2 more. Make it 10-2 as we move on over towards the second half. Or maybe we might just see the side of OUTSET Esports put up that 3rd as well. It only is a matter of time until we get to know what exactly is going to be the outcome of the first half. But yeah, not really the best of the buys coming out from the side of OUTSET Esports as Infinity has got himself nothing but a Sheriff and a Half Shield. Cyrex and LXT both have got themselves a Phantom and a Vandal respectively, both with Half Shields again. Only Anxiety and 4 can have a proper buy.
So patient, these guys. They're still inside of B-Link. They haven't moved at all.
Yeah.
And
I guess they have finally figured, right, that information is something that they haven't been getting.
Yeah, information is something that OUTSET Esports hasn't been getting. And, I mean, how will you get info if you all just stay clumped up towards one place, literally outside of spawn? I think they were expecting EXO Esports to push out once again like they have been doing so far. But EXO don't do it this time, so now it's OUTSET to play their cards. Lockdown committed, but I don't think it will discourage the players of EXO Esports to move away from the site. And what on earth was that? You can't explain that. Ghost, he deletes Anxiety through the smoke, and the players of EXO are still keen on fighting them through the nebulas. As soon as the lockdown expires, they will welcome them with open arms, and Wimp is prepared. Just holding an up angle. Forkin will find him. The remaining members of EXO Esports both will now come in through both the lanes. Can they make this work though? It is a 2 versus 3. They've been fairly unsuccessful in holding off of these retake situations, but this time they've got the advantage, and maybe finally OUTSET Esports can put up their first round on the B site. The 2 rounds that they have won so far have been on A, but oh my goodness, Blackhawk picks up Cyrex through the walls, and he doesn't even need a line of sight. He's getting spammed through the walls himself now, and a barrier up for extra security. Just an insurance policy, but it creates a headshot angle, which we will use to get the kill onto Infinity, but Forkin saves as they... Oh, that was so close.
Last round before the switch.
It really just induces your anxiety now, doesn't it? Especially when Blackhawk was able to pick up that kill through that wall. Just expecting all the angles, turning it into 2 versus 2 instantly.
Hearts be pumping fast, and I feel like that Blackhawk, he himself is going to be having a little bit of a, anxiety that as to, whoa, what am I supposed to do? Wait. He's going to peek in from right? No, he's going to peek in from behind the wall. Yeah, like, he did get that headshot on towards the stage. Forkin was pretty damn low as well. If he actually would have pulled it off, that would have been an amazing highlight reel for the side of Blackhawk himself. But it's okay. He's got a lot of that already. Now it's actually time for the side of OUTSET Esports to put up a highlight reel of themselves. And also to put up the wins. They've already got themselves a 3rd round of the board. If they can just make it 8-4, a good half. 4 rounds, pretty, okay for the attack side of Ascent. Because defense is where they are actually going to shine. And look at Infinity. He's just got it. No, there is an alarm bot. Yeah, there you go. The alarm bot is going to go ahead and give out his information. And now they know that mid is leagued. There's a player over towards the pizzas. And Infinity is going to further move it over towards the A side. He's going to ask the rest of the squad to move it over from the A mains into the side. There's only one player towards short. And that is going to be Ghost. They have to deal with Ghost and his operator. If they can do that, they've got the A side.
And it doesn't really matter even if the Sage is able to get inside deep enemy territory. The players of EXO decide to push out towards A main instead, and now they're holding this area. Take a look at what Blackhawk is about to do. He's about to kill Forkin. And yeah, sure, they will let them into the site. They will even let them into their own spawn, but it doesn't mean that they let them get away with anything. He's got the resurrection online, but most of his teammates are in very precarious positions. Anxiety has been brought back online, but will he be able to survive? Nope, Ghost will be able to jump up into the air and plant a knife in his face and follow up again with another one onto LXT.
Yeah, EXO Esports going to go ahead and put up that 9th round on the board. EXO have got themselves 9 rounds on the defense. It's going to be 93 as we move on over towards the second half now. And it's time to see if OUTSET Esports can do what EXO did to them.
It's funny how after the alarm bot revealed Infinity, he just did not care. He put up the barrier up towards the B side and then continued moving towards A heavens. And XO Esports knew this. XO Esports knew that there is a backstab in the works. So instead of trying to kill the backstabber and trying to fight off the waves of OUTSET Esports players crashing them from a main simultaneously, they decided to just push out of Catwalk, the one area that isn't being contested, and they hold that area down. In fact, Blackhawk even manages to go all the way to its A main. So they give up on the A side. They let the backstabber do whatever he wants. They let Infinity have his free run, but they take control of the other areas of the map instead so that they don't have to get pinched. That's the whole objective of OUTSET, right? They wanted to pinch them from heaven and from the main area as well, but then XO Esports just did not let that happen. And they decided to take control of their own on their own terms. And because they don't have to fight on multiple places at once, they can just continue doing their good job. They can just continue getting their frags no matter where it is. Even if their crossfires are broken, they will continue holding the man advantage and trading each other. And that's the best part about XO Esports, the way they adjusted to this very, very unique attacking setup from OUTSET over here. What's even better is that after these guys had taken control of the site, they let Infinity move in from heaven. And then after Infinity had already taken control of that place, the players from XO Esports who were on the B side, they start to move in slowly but surely, making sure that every angle is clear. And the more ground they cover, the tighter the news around OUTSET Esports gets. Blackhawk was in a position where he shouldn't have been able to get any kills. They should have predicted his position to some extent, and they did predict it. But still, he was able to take down Forkin. And then even if you deal with Blackhawk, you still got Ghost to deal with, who's holding the angle towards Catwalk. Catwalk is an area where the attackers come from, but now you got a defender Opper over there, and you got to deal with that. And that too, not at an angle like near tree, the one angle that you will check. He's holding towards at the actual Catwalk entrance. Yeah, in that position, you would have never checked the angle. Yeah, sure, you can put up the nebulas, but then, hey, what good are those nebulas when they want you to take the site? The whole point of a nebula that OUTSET Esports will put down is so that you can cover off all the entrances and move into the site safely. But then XO Esports want you to do that. They want you to move into the site because then they can shut down every other angle to exit the site and then leave absolutely no post-line positions available for you. It was a trap. I mean, the moment Infinity went into its the defender spawn, he thought that he was the one trapping XO Esports, but nah, son. They pulled off an Uno reverse card. They turned the traps against him.
Yeah. OUTSET Esports, I just want to see what their defense setup is going to be like, right? They've got themselves like the usual default agents that you would see as well. The map of Ascent. You've got absolutely everything to hold the fort, especially with Forkin mostly holding on over towards the A side, at least with the pistol round. That's what usually teams tend to do as well, right? Most of the teams expect the Killjoy or the Cypher to be playing towards B for the pistol round, or even for the entire game. And that is what you as a defender as well think, that, hey, they're going to expect me to be playing B. So they're going to try and come A. So why don't I sit up over towards A for the pistol round, and then whatever our default setup is, I'll just go back over towards B, and then you all can play your defaults. So yeah, if Forkin is going to be able to hold on over towards the A side properly, then I feel as if the side of EXO are going to have trouble into the pistol round. You can see on the radar already that all all three of these players from the side of EXO with the spike are outside of A mains. They're in the A lobbies right now. It's just Ghost and Black Ops. Black Hawk. My bad. Ghost and Black Hawk, who is over towards the B lobby.
I mean, I like it that you called him Black Ops instead of Black Hawk.
Because Gopes and Black Hawk.
Yeah, it's
And at the
his
same
name is
time,
Ops
yeah,
right now, like Ops.
yeah.
Good Ops, Black Ops. Kind of like
Ghost Op. I don't know.
Ghost Op. I mean, yeah, Ghost will pick up the op at some point, but
Yeah.
will that help him out in some way? Probably, yeah.
At the same time, Ghost and Black Ops, both,
Well,
games of a similar franchise, but yeah.
I see what you're referring to over here. I see what
Yep.
you're referring to over here.
Yep. But yeah, interesting. These guys excel. They have a way around their names. Sai also changed his name from Sai to Sai Dreams.
Well, let's hope his dreams of a win come true. So far, they seem to be manifesting into a reality for now. But will they be able to confirm this victory? Will they be able to stop the team Offset Esports from making a comeback in Ascent? Will they be able to finish off this game in a 2-0 manner? I guess we'll have to wait and find out a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. For now, we are experiencing some internet difficulties on the side of the players of Offset Esports. Orkin is apparently having some losses. So, yeah, while we wait for his net to stabilize, we're going to be back in a little bit.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Seems like we've got OUTSET Esports all set and ready. Their internet issues have been fixed. Losses have been taken away. So let's see if they can put up a win now with all of the issues sorted. As we are going to be jumping straight in towards the second half of the match. We are going to be seeing the first round come into action. And we didn't mention the fact that 3 of the players from the side of EXO are over towards the A lobbies and they've got themselves a spike over there as well. It seems like they've changed their strategy a little bit. And yeah, now we're going to be seeing Ghost walking straight in towards a crossfire, in towards the wall, but nah, Anxiety is going to miss, and looks like that the dash helps out Ghost, making his way out of that particular area. Sai has got no information that there is a player who has aggressed in over towards the vines, and that is going to be LXT. Harsh is going to go ahead and take down Side Dreams, and I feel like that Forkin might just get pounced on towards by multiple players on the side of EXO. This guy is going to be the one to go ahead and take him down. Late towards the A mains, and Anxiety. All he can do is find the frag on towards Ghost and maybe try and ask his teammates to help him out over towards this A retake.
No, this... Okay, I'm going to tell you what happened over there and after the round is over, but Excalibur now is just going ham. Aside from the 1v3, there's really not much he can do. Alright, here's the problem. There was the one player inside of Vine. As soon as he was discovered, his jig is up. So now you know his position, but Forkin was still not revealed yet. He could have played outside of generators, just towards the little to the left of it, and he could have made a crossfire along with his player inside of A mains. Sure, Alex T over there was discovered by Gops later on, but then by that time, he would have already inflicted damage and been able to distract the players of EXO Esports long enough to let Forkin do some magic. That's what happens when you play these one-and-done angles like Vine, or maybe an aggressive position towards A main. Once a position is discovered, you need to set your teammates up for success, but this time, oh my god, they don't need any setting up. Infinity all by himself? Just on a classic? He's going forward and siding. Oh my god, they're playing like people possessed. They are on a revenge match. How on earth were they able to get so many kills with just a bunch of classics? I will never know. They do not even have any light armor to go along with it. At least Excali with his Blaze Ball will be able to retrieve the spike, but in fact he's not doing it. He's gonna wait. He's gonna make the others think that the spike has been picked up, but now the Blaze Ball goes down. And Silex still won't peek him, even though he has a better gun. Excali wins the duel. Alex T with a one-tap! Juicy stuff from team over here. Team OUTSET. Oh my god, I have no idea how to make this work. Infinity pushing out of B main. Just without any backup too. It's not like he was trading along with his teammates. It wasn't an eco rush per se by all his teammates. No, it was just him. And he picks up kills with the classic like it's a bloody pub match.
Yeah. That was something that we did not see coming from the side of OUTSET Esports, and I'm pretty sure that EXO... Yeah, I'm pretty sure that EXO, they didn't see it coming themselves as well. But yeah, what they did with the Classic, I usually tend to do if I have the Prime Classic in my hand. Because yeah, I feel like the Prime Classic sort of gives me that confidence to just go ahead and take the fights against better weapons. I have multiple, I have a lot of clips as well, I'll definitely show you clips. But yeah. Interesting stuff coming up. Interesting. I mean, come on. You can't deny it, right? Prime Classic is just... it's too good.
I tend not to get into skins. Excali's about to get into trouble, though. Oh, Forkin picks off Sai. Excali's still undiscovered. Now he will know NSC is inside the vineyard. This is the position that they've been struggling with for a little bit. And this time, Forkin is playing aggressively, hoping to back his teammate up. Wasn't able to do it in the pistol round, but this time he will be successful. Anxiety, watching towards 3, should be able to hold off this area for his own. And take a look at what Forkin is doing right now. He's positioned himself just a little outside of Generator, which means he can swing in both directions. But Alex T won't have as much backup as he had previously. So Forkin, he has a big responsibility. Anxiety decides to give up on the catwalk area and decides to defend A main instead. But Excali, he is playing so aggressively. And his respawn point, it's in trouble. Alex T, he should be able to kill Excali as soon as he respawns. And this is such a mess. For the second time in a row, they have made this Vine replay work, and this toxic pattern, it just keeps on giving off dividends for the side of OUTSET Esports. They knew Alex T was inside of Binary, but they probably would have thought that he fell back, considering that they didn't see any activity from him for a long time.
Astral stars in this reality.
Oh my god. I don't know how they keep on doing this. That happened 2 times in a row. There's a saying called once burnt, twice shy, but nah, these guys, they don't just get burned, they get thrown into the pit of lava. And Scally must have been so mad for his ultimate to be denied like that.
True that. And I've got no idea if EXO don't go ahead and check that wine angle once again. And if LXT is holding that, just how Infinity is holding over towards the B mains now, there's gonna be trouble for the side of EXO. Ghost has picked up that operator and might be possibly going to be seeing him get tagged by the owl drone. Yeah, he definitely is going to be tagged by the owl drone, and the drone is going to go ahead and give out his information.
Again.
Sai. Yeah. Forkin coming in with the backstab. No one's watching. Gonna take down Sai while he's on the drone, and Forkin finds a double. Ghost goes down. Scally left out in a 1 versus 4. Well, Scally, let's see if the man can land some nutty headshots. Hopefully he's gonna find LXT. Try and get some revenge, by the way. Never mind, not happening. LXT. It's gonna take him down instead, and it's gonna be the 6th on the board for the side of OUTSET Esports.
Yeah, OUTSET Esports, I think they've taken a page out of EXO's book. These guys are starting to play aggressively now. The moment they see activity from EXO towards mid, they push out towards the extremities of the map instead. This time they had Forkin go all the way down mid and then back up to shoot Sai in the face while he was droning. And then he bursts down Ghost as well, even though Ghost had an operator with just a classic. Classic versus an operator. Like, the free weapon versus the most expensive weapon in the game, but he still makes it work.
Oh, Anxiety. He's got his eyes towards the B-Lings. His flash comes in. He's going to be completely blind, and he has to reposition. There is a crossfire, by the way. If Anxiety goes down, there is the Sage to maybe try and save him. But no, the Sage is going to be blind herself. Excali! Someone's angry, ladies and gentlemen, and the guy is just done with this aggression coming out from the side of Team OUTSET Esports, and he himself is going to be like, alright, you know what, time for me to shine. Gets himself a triple, as Forkin does take down Blackhawk. No smokes, no sorts of abilities coming out from the side of EXO anymore, but Excali, they still have him, and then Forkin has got no idea that Excali is already holding that angle. Excali is like, hello there, where are you looking at? Well, I'm looking at you and your beautiful face.
So here's the funny thing over here. You had Anxiety peek with the operator. He was flashed and he had to fall back, and then Excali put down his hot hands. Guess what he could have done? If he could have dashed away, then they would have... EXO Esports would have been thinking that the guy who was in trouble, Anxiety,
yeah, he's just alone.
He's just alone. And then he could have set up Infinity for success. It could have been like the perfect bait and switch. But no, Infinity instead healed him while he was still burning. And because of that, EXO Esports knew that there's 2 players towards mid. And that's why Excali bothered checking both the angles with flashes. If he would have dashed away, then he probably would have, set up Infinity for a success. I mean, it would have been a little bit of a bait, but it would have worked.
Yep. So Alex, this time around though, he's not going to be over towards the wines, but with Forkin here over towards the A-mains goes. He's got the information as well that there is someone holding close. That is going to be Forkin. And see, they're checking the wines. They're clearing it out. Not only the shock dart, but Ghost is personally going ahead and checking out the wines as well. He's like, I don't believe in Sai or even his shock dart. I don't believe in any utilities. I'm going to personally go ahead and check it because we are done getting taken down by LXT multiple rounds now.
Lockdown to force them back. Just buying themselves a little bit of time. Still 40 seconds left. And here's my problem now. You have Infinity, who was trying to move towards the B side, and now the Cosmic Divide comes through. And these guys have the wrong read. EXO is going towards the A side, and we have OUTSET thinking that they'll go towards B instead. Well, at least Excali's body double has been taken care of. The Nanostorm grenades will force LXT back as well. Should give them enough time to take control of the area and go for the plant as well. But no, Wimp is getting tagged. Forkin, he was getting a little too greedy, but Ghost will be able to shut him down. 10 seconds left, and they need to plant the spike. They should be able to do it, and the retake will be held off by the attacking lockdown for now. And unfortunately, nothing else available for the retake to be easy. You've got a Cosmic Divide, but there's not much use of it without the lockdown. LXT, at least, even without his ultimate, he can make it work with the frags. Ghost now with a big responsibility, kills Anxiety as he was trying to switch over to the operator. Puts down that Cosmic Divide so that anyone fighting inside of A main will be rendered useless, but there's nobody over there. With the recon dot, it won't be broken as well, and it reveals nobody. Ghost is able to line them up for the ace.
Ooh.
Match point.
It was such a clean round from EXO Esports. The defenders forced the lockdown. EXO Esports fell back. They take it nice and slowly. Now, OUTSET Esports, they thought that because the lockdown has been put in place, EXO Esports will go towards the B side instead, and that's why Infinity rotated away from the site. Nah, EXO Esports continue to hold their ground. They continue going towards A. I mean, they fell back momentarily, making their opponents think that they're falling back, but that they go back there and they go back in there nonetheless. And after that, you had Forkin trying to get a little greedy. He tried to get the kill onto Wimp, who was getting pinged by the dart, but Ghost was able to cover his teammates really, really well. An ace to follow up in the penultimate round. What could be the penultimate round of this game? Uh-oh, Wimp's been tagged, and there's 3 people about to peek him. He needs help. If not, then he's gonna die. He's already being peppered down by the shock darts. His teammates are making something work towards mid to B, and this might just discourage them from pushing out towards B main, but no, they still want to pick up the kill onto Wimp. Luckily for them, they have control of the site. So EXO Esports, the loss of Wimp won't really bother them too much. At least they get the information that all their enemies are towards B main instead, and now they're trying to fight them. And Ghost, he is very keen on fighting them. Survives at 3 HP, but he gets his team an even Stevens 2 versus 2 situation.
This 2v2 retake, it looks like that Alex can actually pull it off. Like, Ghost is pretty darn low. All he has to do is just go ahead and take down Ghost, and they can easily deal with the side of Sai as well. Because what can he do, right? Sai has positioned himself inside of the backside, over towards the boathouses. So if both of these players can just move in together and take him down, there's no way Sai can pull up a 1 versus 2. And yep, there you go. Wow. Alex is gonna snap back into speed, get himself a frag, and there's no time. Oh no, there is. Barely. 0.7 seconds. Oof. Actually,
I like
0.7.
how, yeah, I like how these guys were able to pick off Ghost through the wall. They knew that he was very low on health and probably at like 3 something HP, 1 something HP, so they just shoot randomly through the wall and Ghost walks into it.
Astro Guardian things I do.
Okay, Astra, we hear you.
Okay, so here's the thing. I think that these guys, the side of OUTSET Esports, are trying to borrow a page out of EXO's book. Every time EXO are able to take mid control, the players of OUTSET go towards the extremities of the map and take control. So, you know, they can somehow offset the lack of mid control that they have. Little pun on words over there. But Wimp this time is able to delete Infinity with that wide swing, and Forkin has a very cheeky weapon. Unfortunately, no eyes to shoot it with. These guys are falling apart right now. The Beast side is under a lot of trouble, and Cyrex is all by himself over here. He needs to hold off this entire army coming towards him. Alex T is able to pick off Blackhawk as he was on his way back, but nah, Ghost will be able to take control of the site. Now it's a 2v3, and it seems near impossible. None of these players have their ultimates online. At least there's a couple of Cloudbursts and Nebula so that they can cover off the B main area, and they don't need to check all the angles, but they're instead committing the Nebula towards the backside. Very difficult choice, but the one they have to make nonetheless. Trades coming through back and forth, and now Wimp and his teammate can just hold on to this crossfire anxiety, and they both double beacon at the same time. They take absolutely no risks, and Ascent belongs to Team EXO.
I kind of called it as well, right? We did analyze the fact that Team EXO are really good on the map of Ascent, and it sort of is their home ground as well. Things are going to be very easy for them, keeping in consideration the fact that they started off on the defense. They had a tremendous lead. They closed out the first half 9-3, and yeah, it was just a matter of time until we saw them go ahead, get the rest of the rounds to just close out things on the map of Ascent as well. It was a really good match coming out from the side of Team OUTSET Esports as well, over towards the second half. Like the first half, yes, we know for a fact that they were not able to do much, but in the second half, they definitely put up some interesting performance. And as you did state it again and again and again, they pulled a lot of page out of Team EXO's strat book. But still, it just wasn't enough because Team EXO, they have faced off similar difficulties before, and it was pretty easy for them to go ahead and put the win as well on the map of Ascent. But
Yeah.
what are your thoughts, Grips? Like, what do you think went wrong for the side of Team OUTSET Esports on that attack? Because, yeah, we know for a fact that EXO did put up quite a dominant defense. Like they were a lot aggressive on their defense, and they were getting a lot of information. The same wasn't the factor for the side of OUTSET Esports, right?
Yeah. So here's the thing. Here's one thing that both the teams did, and this is
Hmm.
very similar. Every time the attackers move in towards mid, the defenders push out either towards A main or towards B main. Why? So that they don't have to fight mid and A main at the same time. They can
Hmm.
just deal with one of the positions by giving up the other. That's not a problem for them. Yeah. So you don't have to fight two fronts at once. You only fight one of them, which is a good thing. And both the teams did it. So why did EXO Esports win? Here's the thing. EXO Esports were pushing out towards the extremities of the map, even when they did not lose mid control. Offset Esports, oh sorry, not Offset. OUTSET Esports only did it when they lost mid control, but EXO were doing it nonetheless. They were doing it on their own whim and fancy, and they did it because they wanted to, not in response to whatever their opponents were doing. So EXO Esports was taking the initiative to push out, whereas OUTSET Esports were just retaliating against what EXO did to them. I think that's the difference over there. The difference of taking the initiative.
True. I also kind of felt as if, Team OUTSET Esports on their attack. We were expecting a lot of things coming out from the side of Anxiety and also Alex T, but understand the fact that Alex T was a controller. Fine. He has to, focus on a lot of other things except for just the fragging department. But the only strat that actually worked out for them was that A split on that attack. And also, once they did make that explosive play over towards the B side, that was pretty much it. They did not have a lot of map control as well. And I feel like that is something that OUTSET Esports need to sort of figure out, because their attack is something that they need to solidify in order to at least survive the first half if they're starting off on their attack on these defense sided on these defense sided maps. And yeah, EXO, well, they just did what they do every single time, and they went ahead and got themselves that victory as well. So with that, we pretty much can go ahead and say that on the map of split, that is Team EXO's pick. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, this was the map of Ascent was Team OUTSET Esports' pick. So moving into was the map of split, which was picked up by the side of Team EXO, and we actually haven't seen a lot of big brain plays coming out from the side of Team EXO, because they usually tend to play split as a decider and things don't go over there. They usually just finish it off in the first two maps. But today, as we move on over towards the map of split now for map number 2, I feel as if Team OUTSET Esports aren't ready, this match might just get over soon, Chris. What are your thoughts?
I think if both the teams approach mid in a similar fashion while going to split, they will get in trouble. But I feel EXO Esports can avoid this by continue doing what they were doing. I mean, Ascent and Split are very different maps, but there is one thing similar about them is that the mid area leads to both areas, both the sides. So yeah, a similar philosophy works in that manner, but of course, the way it plays out is very, very different. So
True.
let's see if EXO Esports is able to repeat the success on Split or not, because Bind is completely different.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear TEC Gauntlet Season 2, powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen Radeon. I am your Cost Assassin 47 on the desk. With me is Caribs, and we are back, all energized and ready to serve you guys some amazing Valorant action right in front of your screens. That is going to be in the form of Map 2 for this particular best of three between OUTSET Esports and Team EXO. Well, let's quickly jump straight into towards the map veto, and we are gonna talk to you guys a little bit more about what exactly happened in map one, where Team Exo they went ahead and took the victory 13-7 against the side of OUTSET Esports. And Crips, as we move on over towards Split, what are your thoughts and expectations on the map of Split?
So both the teams have a similar approach on mid. At least that's what we saw on Ascent. And Split is heavily dependent on mid push. So yeah, I feel like both these teams will be able to put up a decent fight when they are on their attacking side. The only difference was that when on defense, Team XO was pushing out of A main and B main more. So that is something that Outside Esports did not do. They did not take the initiative to fight, whereas Team XO were just actively looking to pick up fights. I mean, Outset did it only as a desperation measure and not like a strategy that they had right from the start. They did it only after they lost the pistol and they had a force buy. And even then, it was just one man going by themselves, going all by himself. It wasn't like it was a fully planned strat. So yeah, we see some similarities in the way that both of these teams play their matches. And of course, we were bound to do that because they have history with each other. In Split, I expect something similar.
Yeah, Split is once again. We did talk about this. It's picked by Team Exo, and Outset Esports are the ones to start off on the defense here. So, if Outset Esports can pull off an Exo here on the map of Split, Split is a defender side of map, but at the same time, if played your cards right, both the sides can sort of, take it away. But yeah, still, it is a defender side of map. So if Outside Esports can just play their cards right, they might just be able to walk away with a tremendous lead. The agent selection screen is ready. So why don't we quickly jump straight into the agent selection and see what are going to be the agents coming out for this matchup, Crips, as we are going to be seeing the side of Team Outside Esports going back to the old roots. And the same can be said for the side of Exo as well, as they both are going to be having an Omen each. It's going to be Infinity on the Omen from the side of Outset, Blackhawk on the Omen on the side of Team Exo, Alex going in for the Killjoy, Anxiety with the Raze, Braxy with the Jet, and Cyrex with the Sage. Inside of Exo, we're going to be seeing Wimp on the Sky, Ghost on the Raze, Excali on the Jet, and Psy is going to be playing the Cypher. Interesting. Well, we kind of expected the side of Team Exo to be, maybe pulling out something different, but yeah, I feel as if they are also going to be going back to the roots and they're going to be playing an Omen in this particular map. So, what do you think about the agent selection as we dive straight into the game now?
So both these guys, the controllers, they are a little more comfortable on Astra, and
Yep.
Astra has been in the meta. The only reason why I would think that they chose the Omen over the Astra is because of the ability to put down one-way smokes more easily.
Hmm.
And Split has a lot
Yeah,
of those
true that.
angles where you can have so many more one-ways. I mean, there's one
Yeah.
on A main, B main, there's like two on mid, and there's just so many more things that you can do with the dark covers. Plus, the the ability to go travel vertically in a map like Split definitely also helps the Omen. So you can be on the A side, you can be defending from the side itself, and if things go wrong, you can always fall back to heaven or maybe go back to its screens without taking any damage and whatnot. So yeah, let's jump into the game and let's see what happens because the battle has already begun.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to be jumping straight into the match now, and I completely agree to you on that, right? There's no denying the fact that Omen smokes are 10 times better in terms of creating a one-way compared to the Brimstone smoke or even the Astra smoke. And yeah, like, on the map of Split, I definitely feel like this particular lineup might just work out for both of these teams. So let's hope that the side of Exo are going to be able to go ahead and take away at least 3 or 4 rounds on the attack, so that they can at least put up a decent performance on this map.
So esports, they're going back from the Super Zeta towards A. The players on mid have also gone over towards the rope room, and luckily for them, nobody is on the A heaven area, so they can move into this place without being contested. And that nade from Ghost, oh my god, a delete Infinity. It's just poor Braxy left. And there's been a little bit of a shift in lineup from these guys as Braxy. He's the one who's playing, but it doesn't really matter because Scally is still going to be able to pick up everyone else.
Yep. So Exo, go ahead and take away the pistol round quite comfortably. without any issues whatsoever. That split approach, I kind of liked it. Like, I'm not really sure why the side of Team Outside Esports were not able to read it though. Like, they had information that hey, mid is already leagued. We might just see them trying to move it over towards the event room and eventually over towards the site as well. But that is not something that happened from the side of Team Outside Esports. And interestingly, they have Braxy in now.
Yeah, because one of the players was having some internet issues before this. Forkin has been replaced by Braxiev. Well, at least he will be able to pick up the kills. Still holding a very cheeky angle with a shorty. Excali might be in for a nasty surprise if he doesn't check this. Will he? No, he won't. Single shot off the shorty is enough. Now he's got a better gun. Well, that's okay because Excali was aggressing towards the A main region. His teammates are aggressing towards B. And at this point, the players of OUTSET Esports will still not know where the main rush is coming from. Infinity now breaking that tripwire, coming to move in towards the Heavens region. Will be able to get a nice headshot onto Sai. Even though he was dinked himself, we have Blackhawk who's stepping up with the Ghost. And this is amazing. Just anxiety left. The Classic Burst won't really do much. I thought it was possible for them when they were able to get their hands on that Spectre, but after that, everything just came crumbling apart.
So from the side of Team OUTSET Esports, they have to be a little bit more careful over towards the A side and the middle position, because that is where the side of Team EXO are, sort of looking to push and take advanced positions every single time.
Well, let's see what their pushes look like in this round, because the players of EXO, they have no defaults. They have no split approaches. It's just a straight up A push, and everyone's charging inside. Boombots to be put down towards A Heaven. Paranoia's exchange back and forth, but nobody really will be blinded. You have Excali jumping deep into the Heavens area, and he's gonna fall back down to go to a Delpo. Meanwhile, the rotations from the side of Team OUTSET are already on their way. But the very mobile players, Ghost and Excali, they are already so deep inside enemy territory. These guys will have a lot of trouble moving inside. Excali and Ghost just lining up the kill feed every time. In fact, Ghost was all the way towards CT entrance and nobody was over to bother him over there. They all just came in from the rope room and nobody would have expected Ghost to be in that situation. In fact, Ghost himself would have been like, haha, this is such a cheeky position, nobody can shoot me down from the defender spawn. I can continue looking towards ropes, and this is such a strong position when nobody is there to contest him.
True that, and I've got no idea how they made it work as well, right? Like the way they just moved it over towards the screens and eventually towards the defender side of spawn as well. Such sneaky plays coming out from the side of Team EXO. But it is also a bit of an offset coming out from the side of OUTSET, right? But they should have been a little bit more careful. They're struggling right now to have map control on the defense.
Yeah, they have lost the control to some extent, and Cyrex also will be going down. At least they're able to pick up one kill towards A main, but oh my god, look at Ghost. That Paranoia was perfect, but that actually survives that. Blackhawk will be able to put him out of his misery, but god damn, did you see that coordination? You had Ghost jumping in with the satchels and the Paranoia coming through at the right time. It was unfortunate that Alex T was able to pick up that kill, and he had absolutely no business doing so. But now Infinity, with the Phantom that he was able to recover by killing one player towards A main, has a big job to do. A near impossible relay. Smokes himself off so that he can maybe play cheekily, but nah, it works against him.
Man, Excali sometimes can become the most annoying opponent ever. Like, you can't spot him, you can't stop him, he's just everywhere. He's absolutely just clapping heads left, right, and center. And you wouldn't even know where he's coming from. Definitely is a lot annoying sometimes.
A lot more annoying when Excali is being backed up by his teammates.
Yeah.
You're blind and you've got a very angry Excali dashing towards you, Ghost slashing towards you, and you've got nothing to see. The Paranoia from Blackhawk has been perfect in the last round. Even the flashes from Wing, they've been so annoying to deal with. Well, this time Excali peaks drive without the backup of his teammates, and well, I guess that's one way to take him down. 4 damage dead with the pin shells, but Braxy F, oh my goodness, this is way too aggressive. He up-dropped, he's able to spot down everyone else. He's got 3 kills now. How on earth is he getting away with this?
Oh, time for Sai and his dreams to come true. Clutching out a 1 versus 4. If he can make this happen, he's gonna be absolutely insane. But what is more insane was that shot coming out from Braxy, which we definitely are gonna be talking in depth about when we do see it again. For now, let's concentrate on Sai and let's concentrate on the fact whether or not he's gonna be able to take down Anxiety here and approach the rest of the 3 players as well. Side that peak. Nah, not gonna happen. There's gonna be Anxiety to take him down instead. And yep, Braxy. Let's take a look at it once again on the instant replay. It's updraft, and how the hell did he manage to do that?
Stuff like this you can't explain. You just
Yeah.
cannot. You can chalk it up to EXO being a little incompetent. You can chalk it up to Braxy being a little too good. You may even call it luck, but fact of the matter is, Braxy was able to take this round for his team with that triple.
Get out of my way.
Well, that triple definitely saved the round for the side of OUTSET Esports, and let's hope that Braxy can just put up insane performance like this every single time. Excali, on the other hand, is just gonna updraft and make his way in, but Siren, where are you aiming at? Well, I don't blame you, because Excali, he definitely is that player that just comes out of nowhere and becomes the most annoying player ever, but oh, Infinity tries to just teleport his way out, but still, Sai managed to find him out. Gonna be seeing the ultimate coming out from the side of Anxiety, as Braxy's gonna be the one to go ahead and use that as a little bit of a distraction himself and take down Excali. Anxiety does fall to the hands of Vimp, and it all comes out of Alex T and Braxy. Now, Braxy, you just go ahead and do what he did the last round. We are going to be seeing the second on the board for the side of Team OUTSET Esports, but unlucky for the side of Braxy as he gets tagged, and he's just going to fall back.
Spike
We're seeing
planted.
Alex trying to get himself a frag, but little does he know that Vimp is right around the corner. He does. Affects him, takes him down as well. A 2 versus 2 situation. Sai and Goth, Sai and Blackhawk, they need to step up. They need to step up now as Sai does take the frag onto us. Braxy, and it's going to be Sai to get himself a triple. And well, he's going to go ahead and give out a tough reply to the side of Braxy that, hey, you're not the only one who can get a triple. I can do some flashy plays as well.
I liked how Excali was able to force the issue towards B Heaven. It kind of, prompted Cyrex to go back towards the B stairs area and then gave up that area completely to EXO Esports. Yeah, Excali did his job by pushing the players off his opponent's back, but after that, he went a little too aggressive, and that could have cost him the round. But yes, Sai stepped up, and the crossfire between the players of EXO in Postman was deadly. This time, Sai is using his cyber cages to enable his teammates to cross over towards A Heaven. And there's only one player that does need to cross, and that's going to be Excali himself. Maybe Sai can push through his own cyber cage. That would be very, very cheeky and also very dangerous. Cyber cage, it pops out, but my god, that Boombot is the one that surprises him. At least Excali is able to get the trade, but that's one frag towards A. Oh my goodness, Braxy has an operator of his own towards B, so both the teams have exchanged a frag each, but it's EXO who has the disadvantage. They are now going to be regrouping towards the A side, hoping that they can brute force their way in.
Well, okay, Alex. Well, that's a try, but yeah, that was a good one though. As he goes ahead and baits out Excali and the shot, and well, not this time though. Excali says that, and it's gonna be time for Braxy to show us what he can do with the operator, what he can do against Excali. But no, Excali, he's just not stopping at all. Gonna get himself a triple as well, and Cyrex has to get 2 kills in order to get a resurrection. So, well, 2 of the players remain from the side of EXO, and both of them have got themselves a great crossfire. Whip is going to be watching the cross for the elbows in Cyrex as soon as he's going to be making his move inside of there. Whip is going to spot him out, and he's going to go ahead and take him down as well. 6 on the board for the side of EXO, and it looks like that it won't matter if this is a defender side of map or not. OUTSET Esports are still going to struggle, and Team EXO, they're going to keep on taking map control, and they're going to keep on putting up the numbers on the kill feed as well.
Wimp went for the classic Omen bait. He pretended that he didn't see Infinity. He let Infinity's ultimate land. And the moment Infinity came through in the side, he killed him. Classic old Omen bait. That's what happens when you try to commit your ultimate into the site without having any information or any backup. You trust your eyes, but yeah, your eyes can deceive you. Oh my goodness. Oh, Paranoia followed by a dash. This is Braxiev going in for the win as he takes the initiative. This time it's Blackhawk to use his ultimate. Nobody to intercept him, but they're all gonna fall back. And while the players of the defenders are falling back to kill Blackhawk, his teammates have taken free reign over the rope room and they're hightailing their way towards the A site. The only thing that they probably won't be aware about is that the two defenders have moved into its A main instead, and they will be backstabbed very, very soon. But Blackhawk for now should be able to regroup with his team and go ahead and contest it. They find them. The jig is up. The surprise is no longer a surprise, and they know exactly where their opponents are.
Spike planted.
Anxiety's gonna go ahead and take down Excali. Took a little bit of a time, but okay, it's fine. He got it. 2 versus 3 situation. 3 players from the side of Exo still left out. Cyrix has got his ultimate ready. Can actually resurrect someone and try and maybe go in for this retake. And then exactly what he's gonna do. He's gonna pick up LXT. They're gonna together as a unit move in for the retake as well. Not the best of the weapons, so I'm not really sure if they're gonna be able to make it. But there is a Blackhawk to go ahead and try and spray him down. But go! In a single spray down gets 3 as they all line up for the bad boy. And that resurrection, well, I would say it did go to waste, but it's okay. They've got no rounds, right? They have to try and go in for this retake.
Yep. I love the way how Team OUTSET over here were able to push out towards A. They went in towards the the attacker spawn and the sewers area just because they didn't see any activity from EXO towards the A side. So they wanted to set a backstab in very, very quickly. But in response to that, we had Cops use his ultimate, and that kind of forced the players of B side to fall back and fight him instead, which left both the sides relatively defenseless. And then after taking mid control, they were able to get into the rope rooms, take control of site. Yeah, sure, they were able to intersect Alex T towards the backstab, but then they did not expect Braxy to be over there as well. Unfortunately, then Ghost with a triple kill. That was just ridiculous the way he was able to step up and kill every one of them. Infinity might not check this. There is Blackhawk right above him. And no, they missed each other by just a second. Oh, the timing. It's so unfortunate.
Well, maybe it's going to be an unfortunate moment for the side of Ghost if he doesn't check Anxiety holding inside of the vent rooms or the rope rooms. And yeah, Ghost just has to watch out for the flank as well. For now, he's going to concentrate a little bit more over towards the B-towers because he knows for a fact that he has to gain control over that part of the map as well in order to go ahead and make this execute over towards the B side successful. Excali is over towards the B main.
30 seconds left.
Spike coming in as well over towards mid. 3 players are going to move in from the B towers, and this is going to be an epic sight to witness, Crips.
But take a look at this. We have OUTSET already prepared for this one. In fact, they gave up on the aggressive positions on the side, and they were hoping to play off angles very, very passively so that they can stop the spike from happening. And yes, one player will be detained as well. There's very little time left, and they can't go for the plant. OUTSET Esports read this like an open book. They deliberately let EXO Esports walk into the site because they knew that they will be able to stop them from planting with the angles that they were holding.
So 7-2 as we advance on towards round number 10. Once again, you guys can see it on the instant replay on how exactly Team OUTSET Esports were able to outplay the side of EXO, just holding properly over towards the B side and expecting this hit coming in from the side of Team EXO as well. Scally is able to do much with the operator as well. So once again, there unfortunate scenes. But hey, 7 rounds already on the attack, and I feel like that's actually more than enough for EXO on that attack. If they are going to be able to put up more, it will be a good thing for them. But yeah, for now, more than enough. As Excali deletes of Braxy holding the angle with the operator, and Braxy, well, he definitely is going to go ahead and get a big headache right now.
Paranoia is perfect. It's almost like Blackhawk knows exactly where his enemies are every time, and Excali just continues to pop off. Ghost is already inside of elbow, but Infinity, no! He lines them up! This could be the tide turner. It's back to a 3v3, and all of Excali's effort have gone down to drain. But maybe they can still make it back. EXO Esports still have plenty of utility left so that they can cover their retreat into the site. Oh, but the Paranoia and the dark cover, it's a little bit off. And Infinity will be able to capitalize on it. Trade comes through, but it's just Blackhawk left. Big TP, but Infinity, he's prepared.
Infinity has suddenly just, I don't know, Was he sleeping or something like that? Like, it feels like he's suddenly woken up, right? It's completely a different man now, and he's just popping off every single round.
My goodness, the way he was able to line both of them up, Excali and Ghost, they both got decimated. Blackhawk was able to predict the fake teleport, but the moment you walk out of that dark cover, you are just basically walking into your death. I do feel that the dark cover that Blackhawk himself plays worked against him to some extent because it created a little bit of an off angle that Alex T converts. But oh my god, more paranoias. It did line one player, but there is backup in the form of Anxiety, and he is just so good. Braxy F also make things difficult for them as EXO Esports continue to fall. It's a 3 vs 4. And maybe Infinity can make a move now. He teleports right into the middle of them, making his ultimate act like a very expensive recon dart, but then he peeks out ahead of that dark cover, and he is just so good. Very cheekily placed smokes, very well predicted angles, and he basically creates a little bit of a one-way for himself to make that work.
One enemy remaining.
And he's just so good again. Every time somebody tries to peek him, Infinity's just playing cheekily around those smokes. And he is just so good. He is the smoke criminal right now. Q in Stewie 2K. Maybe Infinity can get his 3K this time around. Cali with nothing but the spike on his back and maybe a dream in his hands. Dash inside, but instead of going towards B main, into its side, he's going to deal with Infinity first, and fortunately Silex is there to circle around him.
It's a nice try coming out from Excali, but an amazing round coming out from the side of OUTSET Esports. To put up that 4th on the board and maybe looking to put up that 5th as well. Make it 7-5, guys, as that I feel is going to be much better for you as well. EXO, once they move in over towards the defense, things might change. Tables might turn. And yeah, it might just be, you know, EXO just walking away with it. Or, with Braxy now in the team, you might just see a lot better of an attack coming out from the side of OUTSET Esports themselves.
Once again, EXO Esports are going for a little bit of a push. They are committing everything to this. Oh my god, we have Blackhawk. He's already behind them, and he could have gone for the plant, but then comes Anxiety with the showstopper, and he's making things difficult. Sai should be able to pick off Infinity, but will he check the angle? Yes, he will. Now locked in a 1v1 duel. He's got the paranoia. It won't really help him because it only near sights him, and Sai still has his eyes open, but unfortunately, Infinity has sharper aim. 2 vs 2. Situation back to a boil equal, but no, maybe this can work. Wimp is trying to move in from behind. Silex is aware about a potential backstab. He knows that EXO will try to take control when they have it. But can he expect this? Nope. Wimp is good. Infinity teleporting into the site. It was just a ruse. He could have walked over there too, but they just wanted to sell a little bit of misinformation. Faked out. He's been spotted. No. Gops will be able to take him down. I'm actually very, very surprised how they were not able to deal with Blackhawk's teleport into the back of site. Yeah, sure, his teammates followed up very quickly, but as soon as Blackhawk, his teleport landed in the site, he knew that there was nobody else in there, and his teammates got a free reign to walk in. They satcheled in, dashed in, whatever they could to cover the base, and then somehow the players of OUTSET Esports, which is busy dealing with the people coming in through A main, they completely forgot about the fact that Blackhawk can be behind them. And that's the best update. He wasn't even behind them. He was just there, inside of elbow, stopping anyone who's trying to come into the side, who's trying to make sure that they are in a position to stop this rush. But nah, every time OUTSET Esports try to take the initiative, Blackhawk is there to shut them down.
So, as we head on over towards the second half pistol round, we are about to see what OUTSET Esports can do, ladies and gentlemen. Braxy and Anxiety, the 2 duelists for the side of OUTSET Esports, are gonna sneak in over towards the middle position. We have a smoke over towards the vent rooms as well. And Ghost is getting ready with the nades. He's gonna drop in that pain shell. And that's gonna deal a hell lot of damage, and is gonna force Cyrex to use his signature ability, that is the heal. There you go. There comes a nade, and we're going to be seeing the side of team OUTSET Esports taking a little bit of a damage over there, as Anxiety is going to further move it over towards the vent rooms. And Sai is not ready for this. He is going to go ahead and be sandwiched between 2 players, but there is Excali.
What?
What in God's name is that from Excali? I mean, how is he allowed to patiently just reset his aim to the face and get that frag? That too, he is a sheriff, for God's sake.
Exactly, and he took his sweet time. It wasn't a flick shot either. It was just
30
really, really
seconds
calm
left.
and calculated. And they just trying to go for something very unique. They go in from the heaven and towards the stairs, but Wimp is prepared for them. Oh, I like the approach. I like how they tried to go for something different, but it just did not work out for the side of OUTSET. EXO were very well prepared for this one. And even if they weren't, they adjusted very quickly. That's the best part about EXO Esports. They're very good at mid-round adjustments.
Well, completely agree to you on that, Exo. These mid-round calls, these mid-round adjustments coming out from them as well, it is pretty darn good. I mean, these guys have a lot of experience, right? Not like OUTSET Esports. OUTSET Esports, well, fresh new roster. Let's hope that they are going to be able to, you know, take this loss as a little bit of a motivation maybe and just work on it. Rewatch the watch. Go ahead and bring it back.
Only I could see you.
But yeah, well, he's going to be the one to go ahead and use that information through the cage. Going to get the frag. Goes, takes down Alex as well. Infinity just takes down Excali as he was a little bit too adventurous. Excali was like, oh guys, this is an eco for the side of OUTSET. Let's just try and get all of these frags easily. But Infinity is bringing it back, and we might just see the round going into the favor of OUTSET. Not unless Wimp goes out and takes down Infinity, and it all comes down to Mr. Anxiety in a 1 versus 2. Oh, hold on a second. Wimp was in the recon mode. He was using the Wolf to take that information. But now that he's finally out, Anxiety, the plot is not for him, as he's going to get taken down by Wimp. That's facing the 10th of the board for the side of EXO. As they're on to double-digit scripts, 10-4. Might just see the 11th on the board for them as well.
Fast rotation from EXO Esports this time around. And yeah, you're right. If they keep on rotating this quickly, we might just see the 11th.
Yeah. Rotations are something that they need to be a bit more careful about.
I mean, they've been doing a pretty good job of it so far. Let's see what the setup of EXO Esports looked like this time around. They have 2 on mid, 2 on B, only 1 on A, and that's going to be Sai all by himself. Excali holding the angle towards that box. Braxiev tries to white peek him, but Excali hasn't dashed away and he's still keen to stay over there. Wimp needs to break that boombox for him. Oh no, he doesn't.
Wimp
He didn't break that boombox for him, and Excali died as a result. Now Wimp is going to use a little utility of his own, and because they concuss, that paint shell is going to damage them quite a lot. Unfortunately, he doesn't get the kill. He was just little under the nook over there. The nade bounced off the ball and the angle was favorable, so no damage done. But back in a 4v4, seems like LSD wants to go a little bit adventurous over here, as he might be able to sneak into A.
If only I could see Excali's face while he got taken down right there. He's definitely going to be so angry on Wimp. He's like, what are you doing, man? I want you to go ahead and take down the boombot for me. Keep me alive. But who's not going to be alive is going to be Wimp, by the way. As he's not going to expect Alex to come in from the defense side spot, and Alex finds himself a double. This round might just go into the favor of the side of Team OUTSET Esports, as they've already found themselves in a man advantage. In a 2-man advantage, one more player falls down. All comes down to Sai Dreams. 1 versus 3, and he is still over towards the A mains. Gonna take some time to make his way over towards the B mains, but Cyrex is still there. You might just expect Sai coming in with a backstab. Sai has a tendency of making these late round flanks possible.
Yeah, but up against a bunch of Phantoms and Vandals with just the Spectre, don't think that's happening for you.
So yep, 10-5. Fifth round of the board comes out from the side of OUTSET Esports, and their big brain KJ play coming out from LXT is going to secure themselves the round as well. I'm not really sure how LXT was just, easily given that entry into as a defense side spawn. I thought that Sai had a setup over towards A.
Yeah, I thought so too, but apparently it probably didn't work.
Or maybe, the entirety of EXO, right? Players apart from Sai, they also are going to be relying on Sai's utility, saying that, okay, Sai has got the A side. This is the
Well, Ghost is going to be paying for that aggression for sure. But at least now Excali knows that there is no more B aggression. Alex T goes down, but he's able to pull him down to 70 HP. So now that the A aggression has been dealt with by EXO, they can focus on the other parts of the map, and they need some help on B. Wimpy just trying to desperately run back into cover after throwing that flash, but Braxy will spray him down. The faster character obviously wins this one. Excali, not that healthy,
One enemy remaining.
but not unhealthy either.
Spike
Now I
planted.
say that anxiety, he swings wide from the rafters. He's able to get the kill. Sai once again in a clutch situation. He wasn't successful last time. Probably won't be successful this time around as well. Unless they give him 1v1s. Nope, they don't. They all peek him at the same time. One from the ropes, two from the stairs. And that is how you wide swing these players. And you trade them as well. You have to trade. Most important part, which is something that has been going in the favor of Team OUTSET so far. But the only reason that EXO have still the lead is because of their better rotations in the first half. This time I feel like like in the attacking side, I feel like they're playing a little more predictably.
Round number 17, a full buy for the side of Team OUTSET, whereas from the side of EXO, it's going to be nothing but the Sheriffs. Let's see if Sai and the Reaver Sheriff is going to shine or not. He's got a scam over there. Spot out the turret, is going to spot out Anxiety as well. Camera is going to be going down. And with that, they have information that a couple of players from the side of Team OUTSET Esports are outside of the A side. You guys can make the rotation right about now. We're going to be seeing 4 players stacking up the A side, and it's just going to be Blackhawk to be holding B.
Blackhawk, can he hold this down though? I do feel that OUTSET Esports are heading into a little bit of a trap because there's 4 players ready towards the A side. They should be able to welcome a majority of the players of Team OUTSET, but nah, Blackhawk, he tried to move out towards the B side, hoping he would be able to gather information, but Cyrex kills him, and now the B side's wide open. They have to give up on the A stack because they've got a free reign on B. But no, what? Excali? Oh my goodness!
Spike down,
How do
B.
you do that? You just turned around the entire thing. I am done. I am done with this game. What on earth is this man doing? You do not have the advantage. You were
seconds
not
left.
supposed to win those duels. But you dash into the faces of your enemies and you're able to kill them like it's nothing. And now he's going to get healed back up. Oh,
Yeah,
this
both
must be
players.
so frustrating.
Off 4K. This is definitely frustrating, man. Like, out of nowhere, Excali he just flies in, takes 3 players down, that too with nothing but the blades. You all should know the fact that the blades are something that are not easy to handle. And with Excali, with the precision like that, it's just gonna go ahead and showcase everyone out there who exactly is one of the best jet players out there in the country. Well, you know, in usual pub games, ranked games, unrated, you kind of make that joke as well, jet diff. Well, Excali is showing it.
Well, let's see if the diff can be covered. This guy's doing a pretty good job. So is Braxy. The real MVP over here is definitely Excalibur 23. Oh no, Ghost walks into the crosses of 2 people at once. Braxy's the one that shoots him down, but yeah, that triple peak really worked. He was melted down super quickly. Tiger
Destroyed.
will be immediately destroyed as soon as it goes out, but now they have it into the space with his mid. Excali, and once again continue to pop off. Unfortunately, Sai doesn't have the luxury of dashing away like that, but at least he's able to turn this into a 3 versus 3. Let's see what Excali can do to win this situation again. Maybe ask his teammate for a heal. Wimp is still available, so yeah, he definitely can get healed back up. Even for this one, Cyrex, he can definitely heal Infinity. Let's see what happens, because Infinity has already reached all the way from A into A heaven.
One enemy
But
remaining.
no, what? How do you do this, Cyrex? He wasn't even the star fragger of his team, but now he's been able to pull off these sick plays, and it's just Infinity left. Sorry, it's just tops left. My bad.
Yeah. I feel like Blackhawk was expecting a B hit. But hey, he definitely is going to be expecting Alex T over here. Is not going to be ready to take on that fight. (11-7) Crips, and I feel like that Team EXO, right? They might just have to strengthen up their defense a little bit more over towards the middle area. Because that is where they have been sort of losing it.
Well, EXO Esports, let's see how they respond to this. 7-11, just 2 rounds away from victory, not just in the series, but also of the day. They've got an inconsistent fire of sorts. Coast has decided to go for a shorty. And the other people have Phantoms, Vandals, and whatnot. So they've got the whole works, but one of them is going to have to step up, and that's going to be Coast. Maybe he can take a cheeky position.
Maybe, just maybe. Might just see him go ahead and take that cheeky position as well. But for now, though, once again, Excali is here. Maybe make a difference here. He definitely takes down Anxiety. You're going to be seeing a flash coming in from Wimp. And Baraxi is holding the angle, trying to find Excali. Where's Excali? Well, he knows for a fact that Harsh has a tendency of coming in with these phalanx. So why not go ahead and take him down? And he does! No! Alex T, you were not supposed to miss that. And I feel like that EXO Esports, they might just go ahead and put up the match point in this round.
Kill my ally.
Not unless they're able to turn it into a 5v4. Ghost is still over here, but no, he only dinks Braxy. The showstopper will be able to definitely discourage anyone else from peeking, but no, Blackhawk is able to one-tap him in the face, turning it into a 3v2. And Excali is already behind them. Infinity has a big job to do, but he's got only little time left. 24 seconds, he must go for the plant. He will go for the dark cover so that he can at least cover up one of the areas, but he can hear Sai on top. And he needs to go for a little bit of an open plant. He's hoping that Excali won't come in, but Sai is up on top, and as soon as he's looking towards Sai, Excali pops in. The dynamic duo of these two is still online, no matter which agents they play.
12-7. It did happen. We're talking about it. It's going to be EXO to go ahead and put up that match point, and I feel like that the side of Team OUTSET Esports got absolutely nothing to sort of give a befitting reply as well. Baraxi is going to be playing on the Blades. He's going to give the bye to Alex D. And yeah, let's see if they're going to be able to take down EXO and maybe delay their victory for this particular best of 3.
See if they're able to do it or not. Boombots exchange back and forth. Both of them will be just done to gather info. Oh. Practically this time with nothing to lose except his blade storms. He's gonna go up. Let's see if he's gonna pull off something like Scally did.
So Excali. Apart from him. Now though it is gonna be Ghost to go ahead and get the frag on towards Braxy. Braxy and Sidereens will find themselves a frag each, and it's gonna be down to a 4 versus 3. EXO, especially the side of Ghost and Wimp, both are gonna hold down over towards the middle position. They know for a fact that there is a player over there. Just got blind and Anxiety. Just spot out Ghost, and Ghost is gonna go in for a spray down. Gonna find the frag though is gonna be the question. No is gonna be the answer for now as Anxiety. He's got himself 82 points of health, whereas the side of Ghost is low, man. And he just has to fall back. He's got no other options left, no heals left as well from the side of Team EXO. And yeah, might be possibly be seeing Wimp find the frag on towards Anxiety, but that's not gonna happen. Just the 3 players from the side of Team OUTSET Esports. They're moving it over towards the B side, and Blackhawk is absolutely ready for this. He's gonna take down 2, and Ghost is gonna come in and finish it off in style with the showstopper. 13-7, ladies and gentlemen, as Team EXO, they're gonna be your winners of this best of 3 match against OUTSET Esports. Win both the maps, and they're gonna go ahead and take it away. OUTSET Esports, unfortunate for them that they were not able to do anything correct. They were not able to take away a single map. But it's okay. It's all a matter of time until they go ahead and, you know, sort of get a lot of experience, and they also get themselves sorted against all of these top tier teams out there in the country as well. Because we know for a fact that we do have a few of these professional players playing on the side of OUTSET Esports, but the entire roster don't really have that much of an experience, right?
I like the way how Team EXO was playing this game. Every time trying something different. Sometimes they go in for straight up A main rushes. Sometimes they do the same thing, except this time with showstoppers and from the shadows. This variation on the A side, I was loving it. It was fresh. It kept on delivering more and more and more. Excali was once able to dash into the dark cover on the top of the first floor. And again, that is a suicidal move. It probably works in pub matchmaking, but shouldn't be able to work in a competitive game. You should be instantly expected, but Excali still made it work. Yeah, that's the stuff that you can't explain.
True that. Let's quickly jump straight into what's the match highlights, by the way, and we are going to be checking out some of these moments from this map. And Crips, I want you to explain what exactly happened for the side of OUTSET Esports on that defense, though.
On the side of defense, Offset Esports were just overwhelmed a little bit because every time EXO they tried to take control, it's almost like they were hesitating to take back their own side. They were supposed to defend this, but I think they were really scared a little bit. Of course, there were some moments of brilliance, some glimpses of sheer aggression, and that was breezy F1s. But other than that, I don't really know what to say because Team EXO, I can point out exactly when and where they are taking the initiative. I can tell you why they're doing it too. For the side of Outside Esports, I can't really find a reason. They aggress, but there's no reason to do that right now.
So yeah, I mean, OUTSET Esports jumping straight into was the second half of the map as well, right? I feel as if they could have done a little bit more on that attack with Braxy chiming in as well. Yeah, things are kind of difficult when you have a substitute in the team as well to just sub in for your main player. But Braxy, we know for a fact that he is an outstanding fragger. I've seen Braxy play before. So I was expecting a little bit more on their attack because Braxy is a player who actually shines. He's just like Excali, okay? Just like a junior Excali. He does pop off a lot. His aim is crisp. But maybe, maybe he was just not ready for this match. Like, when you just get called in as a substitute, you really don't expect a player to have any sorts of issues. The main five is what you sort of focus a lot more on as well. Maybe Baxi was not ready, but he did put up his performance and he did try his level best. But EXO, they were just a lot more better. And just like you explained, right? EXO, they were just doing different things every single round. And that is something that stood out as well from their side. Team EXO, we know for a fact that these guys have prepared a lot of other maps as well to take on the behemoths in the scene, and them going ahead and playing the map as split today gave us a lot more perspective and an idea as to what exactly they've been prepping up. Yeah, good stuff coming out from the side of Team EXO. Once again, congratulations for taking the victory against OUTSET Esports today. As, yeah, I mean, OUTSET, we were expecting a little bit more on the map of Ascent, but unfortunately, that did not happen. It was the side of Team EXO to take away both the maps in quite a dominating fashion to put up their second victory on the board as well. From the side of Team OUTSET, well, you did speculate it's going to be a 0-2, not really something that you would want as a team, but it is what it is, and they just have to bounce back stronger. They have to take this as sort of a slap as well, as to just a sort of a wake-up call. So they have to keep on, keep on experimenting with things, maybe sort of go back to the drawing board, come up with more and more strats, because teams like EXO, like, not to forget, right? They're in a group where we've got teams like Global Esports, EXO, we've got Force One Esports as well. Let's quickly jump straight into what's the group standings, and you guys are going to get a visual representation of what exactly I'm trying to say, right? We have got Team EXO, we've got Team Global Esports, we've got Team Force One Esports, we've got Team Valor. So against all of these teams, right, things are going to be very difficult if OUTSET Esports don't go and try and bring newer things on board. Because if you're just going to be readable, things are going to be easy for the opponents. Whereas they are constantly evolving and adapting. Like you would see Team EXO. Team EXO, a month before, they didn't even play the map as split as their second or the first option. But now they're doing that. And they're doing different stuff every single round. What are your thoughts on that, Chris?
Yeah, the variation from Team EXO was spot on. Sometimes A main, sometimes B main, sometimes mid plus B crunch. And the number of times these guys were able to stake into the vent, that was just ridiculous. How on earth were they doing it every time? They did it on like 2-3 rounds, and after that, after getting the control of the vents area, they were able to get into the A side and make that work. And more than that, they were able to draw out the fake rotations from the side of team outside esports. So yeah, that is one thing that worked in their favor. EXO was able to draw out the rotations of outside esports and force them to commit towards the wrong side on several occasions.
So yeah, Team EXO, well, they've placed themselves at the first spot. 2 wins, 0 losses, a total of 4 points. Global Esports at the second, Force One at the third, Valor at the fourth, Cohesion at the fifth. FS Esports at the sixth alongside August 5, and the eighth spot is going to be taken away by the side of OUTSET Esports. Well, with that, we pretty much come at the end of the first half for the day. OUTSET Esports versus Team EXO. expecting a very tight affair between both of these teams, but looks like that OUTSET Esports just weren't ready for this. But it's okay. Well, they're gonna go ahead, go back to the drawing board, figure out what's wrong. They're gonna fix it and come back stronger as well. We believe in you, OUTSET Esports. So yeah, keep on grinding, keep on experimenting as well. So with that, the first match is done for the day. We have got one more, which is going to be coming live in front of your screens at 8 p.m. IST. Squad versus Team T69. I'm pretty sure that Crips, we both are excited for this, and the audience is excited for this as well, because this is going to be a match which is going to be more of a, who exactly is going to be giving out more entertainment. Because X Tempest, we know that these guys bring out the shotguns and these guys do a lot of fun stuff around the map. And Team T69, well, they are no less when it comes to bringing entertainment as well on the board. So this is definitely going to be a match which you guys don't want to miss on. So don't forget to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Hit the bell notification icon to never miss another update whenever we go live, especially at 8 p.m. IST today with the match between Team T69 and Team Squad. Well, with that, we are at the end for the first match of the day. Thank you so much for tuning in. As me and Crips, we're going to sign off for the day. We're going to be coming back to you guys at 8 p.m. IST. Until then, you guys were watching the LG Ultragear TEC Gauntlet Season 2 powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen Radeon. We'll be catching you guys at 8 p.m. IST sharp.